Gentlemen and ladies from who we've met here at the port of Mombasa, who have got some amazing stories and some very selfless ones as well. We'll be telling you this today and tomorrow, so be sure to stay with us.
But we're not the only ones on deck. We'll have David Agondoa, who'll be on sign language interpretation tonight. Well, the Director of Public Prosecutions has directed the Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, to commence investigations on the violence witnessed in Thursday's mini polls and present the files to him in 30 days.
This as former Sports CS Rashid Echesa spends the night at Gigiri Police Station awaiting arraignment for slapping an election official. As
Bridget Ngana reports, the government has withdrawn firearms from 2 members of parliament linked to the violence as it begins cracking the whip.
Former Sports Cabinet Secretary Rashid Echesa is likely to be arraigned at a Nairobi court on Monday after police took him in custody on Friday. Echesa is said to have gone missing following the slapping of an IEBC official during Thursday's by-election at the Buloga Primary School polling station in Matungu, and only came out of hiding after police issued a warrant of his arrest, declaring him armed and dangerous. Already 7 people, among them a bodyguard to the Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, have been detained and will also be arraigned on Monday following the chaos at Munami polling station in which a resident was shot and injured. By Friday, the Firearms Licensing Board recalled the firearms and ammunition of Mount Elgon Member of Parliament Fred Kapondi and that of Kimilili Member of Parliament Didmas Barasa. These arrests follow a public outcry in the recommendation by the IEBC to have leaders who caused chaos at the mini polls be prosecuted. The Director of Public Prosecutions has directed the Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai to commence investigations on the violence and present the files to him in 30 days. Bridget Ngana, NTV.
Meanwhile, the National Cohesion Integration Commission, NCIC, has summoned 10 politicians in a renewed fight against rising political intolerance ahead of the 2022 general election.
The 10 are Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, nominated Senator Millicent Omanga, and Homa Bay Woman Representative Gladys Wanga. Rather, those are among the 10. The other MPs are Aisha Juma of Malindi, Faisal Bader of Msambweni, John Waluke of Sirisia, Fred Kapondi of Mount Elgon, Benjamin Washiali of Mumias East, Charles Were, I beg your pardon, of Kasipul, and Kiminini Member of Parliament Chris Wamalwa. NCIC says it will ensure that purveyors of hate and ethnic contempt are in jail and permanently stripped of any leadership positions.
The 10 are expected to appear before the NCIC on Monday.
Still on politics, and the former UNCTAD Secretary General, Dr. Muhisa Kitui, held a homecoming ceremony at his Tongaren home in Bungoma County in what is seen as a move to position himself as one of the contenders in the 2022 presidential race.
Muhisa, who was accompanied by several leaders, has been accused by Musalia Mudavadi supporters as a spoiler of the Mulembe vote in 2022. Zakes Musame now reports.
Muhisa's entourage started off at the Webuye airstrip before heading to Misiro and finally his Mbakalo home. But it was a bumpy ride home as a group of youth pelted his convoy with stones. Muhisa would later reiterate his interest in the top seat, but said he must consult widely first.
Tumekubaliana na tunaendelea kuwatafuta wale viongozi wa mrengo wetu, wale ambao wanaamini kwamba pamoja tunaweza kumaliza ile safari ya ukombozi wa pili tulioanzisha.
Close acquaintance with the Makueni governor hints at a possibility of the two working together in 2022.
Sisi wengine sote tutafanya hivyo because agenda moja kubwa Kenya, kama huyu mama alizungumza Kiswahili kingine, amesema ni agenda ya wanarika. And that is something that we commit. We will do a lot to work on that particular issue.
Critics have blamed Mugisa for allegedly carrying ODM leader Raila Odinga's agenda, as they have been seen consulting one another. Musalia Mudavadi's supporters have, on the other hand, accused him of becoming a stumbling block to Mudavadi's presidency in 2022.
Mimi nimekuja kuongea watu wangu, nikitoka hapa kama mmenipatia green light, nitatangaza na wania urais wa Kenya.
Mugisa kitu, tafadhali kuja tushikane mkono, tushikane bega kwa bega, tusaidie Musalia wakati ni wake.
Zakius Masame, NTV, Bungoma.
Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, has today been installed by cultural elders as the Mount Kenya East spokesperson, an event that angles Muturi to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in the region.
The elders from Nchuri Ncheke and Kiama, did I get that right?
You got it right.
All right. Say they have faith in Muturi steering the community in the right direction politically and economically. Milito Letenges now reports.
2022 succession politics continue to rumble in the mountain. The paramount talk is who will succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in the region when his term ends next year. This Saturday, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi received blessings from elders to become the Mount Kenya East spokesperson.
Kama tunataka kutuma ujumbe kwa Mheshimiwa Rais, tutakuwa tukituma Bwana Muturi. Na hata rais akitaka kuongea na sisi, atutumie Bwana Muturi.
Chama cha Nchuri Ncheke, vyama vya Ngome na Nyangindiriri kutoka Embu, Kiama kutoka Mount Kenya West, si vyama vya siasa, ni vyama vya utamaduni.
During the Sagana meeting convened by the president, he hinted that he would give political direction to the Gema communities before his exit. Muturi's installation is the clearest indication yet that Mount Kenya East is wooing the West to support them as the East has done in the past.
Kule tunajua kazi yetu huko. Na hapa ni kusema watu wa eneo hili wako pamoja, wako wanamuunga mkono rais.
Leaders who attended the event condemned Deputy President William Ruto's early campaigns.
Naona mtu anasunguka kwa watu. Sijui nasikia amepitia hapa. Sijui wapi. Sisi hatuna wasiwasi, tunajua watu wetu wako sawa sawa.
Muturi's installation grows the list of leaders from Mount Kenya region, positioning themselves to succeed President Kenyatta. But the president has remained mum on his preferred successor. Milita Oletenges, NTV.
Matters politics, President Uhuru Kenyatta has said ending female genital mutilation is key to empowering the girl child in Kenya to participate fully in national development.
The head of state spoke at Kisima in the county of Samburu, where he witnessed the signing of a declaration by elders to end FGM and child marriages.
The battle against female genital mutilation in Samburu County got a boost when cultural elders asserted to crusade against the harmful practice. President Uhuru Kenyatta was also here to witness the historic moment. It was a colorful event, perhaps to usher a new beginning in Samburu County. Female genital mutilation is an old-age tradition that has been hard to fight. Even after being declared illegal, long-held cultural beliefs prove a stubborn barrier to eliminating the cut. In the Samburu community, culture dictates that girls should be cut before they are married. Elders hold a special place within the community. As custodians of culture, they hold the final say, and without their word, all efforts might be in vain. A special ceremony was held where elders conducted rituals. The Samburu Elders Declaration was made at Kisima and attended by senior government officials, community leaders, members and anti-FGM champions.
Wacha sisi Council of Elders ama wasee wa Samburu tuwe mstari wa mbele kuonyesha dunia mzima na hata Kenya ndio wengine wapate kutufuata.
Tumepata backup ya wazee. Kama serikali ya county, Your Excellency, will supplement this commitment. We have programs that are running.
The benefit that we shall derive as a county and as a nation by bringing an end to this practice will be immense.
The cultural leaders signed declaration forms to heed support to end FGM. The forms contain clauses that spell doom to anyone found undertaking FGM, that he or she would face the law. The declarations also outlawed rape, incest, teen pregnancies and early marriages, and emphasized the equal treatment of boys and girls in education.
Today we are here to work with your parents and your elders and to plead with them to allow the girls of Kenya to be able to take their rightful position in society alongside their male counterparts.
Rozongoi, NTV.
The Agriculture and Food Authority has stopped maize imports from Tanzania and Uganda into Kenya with immediate effect. The authority says test results from maize from the two East African countries had high levels of aflatoxins far above the acceptable limits.
AFA says the maize was tested and found to have levels of 2,000 parts per billion, far exceeding the 10 parts per billion limit set in Kenya. Aflatoxin limits is a sensitive issue for Kenya, despite traders appealing to the government to review the limit to at least 20 parts per billion.
This move to freeze imports is likely to spark a diplomatic row with Uganda and Tanzania, which AFA says will be addressed but not used to bully the country. The regulator has also dismissed claims of a maize shortage in the country in light of the new developments.
Let's take a quick look at the coronavirus situation in the country, and the positivity rate has hit a high of 12% today. This is after 633 more people tested positive for the virus in the last 24 hours. That is out of a sample size of 5,193. The total number of those infected with COVID-19 now stands at 108,362, and one death has been reported, raising the death toll to 1,874. There have, however, been 374 recoveries, and the total number of recoveries now stand at 87,550. There are 483 people currently admitted to various health facilities, with 69 of them in intensive care. Nairobi still records the highest number of infections with 430, followed by Kiambu and Nakuru counties. Time for us to take in the sea breeze and the sights and sounds of the Indian Ocean. We'll be back shortly.
When they flip and roll and start to crawl away, tape diapers can be hard to put on. Then it's time for all-round fit Pampers pants. Easy to pull on even when they're moving around for a great fit and up to 12 hours of dryness. And easy to remove. Just tear the sides, lift away, roll up the pants, and you're all done.
A 2-piece pack now available at only 50 bob.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
Don't check my energy. Bossy, bossy.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Enjoy our wider coverage. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Nestle Nunkid 4 helps build a strong foundation for your growing child. Nestle Nunkid 4, our best for you.
ni Mike last week. Huyu ni yeye this week. Kwani kuliendaje? Vile Mike ni fan wa movie na futa, alibambika yake yote kupata discount ya GoTV Max. Aka get maximum entertainment for less. Sahi anajinais na the best of Serie A, La Liga and more na movies za mastaa wa nguvu majuu. Hakuna kuhata action tena.
You know what?
Upgrade to GoTV Max for just 890 shillings leo. GoTV, love it.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Baby shark,
Have you seen this beautiful place?
Mommy, what is welcome to Garden of Joy?
Buy a value-added plot of land at the Garden of Joy off Kangundo Road that has solar street lights, elevated water tank, and guaranteed security. Deposit 700,000 and get 16K and your Istanbuzi is sorted. Call us on 0790 300 300.
International Women's Day is around the corner, and the theme is choose to challenge. Who are better between men and women when it comes to interior architects?
And obviously, say women. I feel like women have, there's a softer side.
Quantity surveyors.
I would say we probably might be. We are.
And environmental architects.
Good question, but I think it's in the wrong context.
We've got the representatives of 11% of the women in the real estate say they're better at this than men. Find out why and catch the show this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. only on NTV.
Edition, and in case you're wondering why we're dressed like this, it's because this is the NTV on the Sea edition. We've been on the road. Tonight we break a new barrier with NTV on the Sea, and I can actually feel the boat moving.
Yeah, I mean,
under
it's
us.
natural as it is. Are you getting a bit seasick?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, but I mean, either way, it'll stabilize.
Okay. Hoping for the best, and let's get straight into matters. Seafarers, as we address tonight, Kenya holds special interests in maritime transport and navigation as a coastal port and flag state, and that is due to her strategic location along the East African coast.
The country is central to regional shipping, and therefore institutions such as the Kenya Maritime Authority ensure oversight of the maritime sector and play a big role in ensuring the safety of the Kenyan waters. Kevin Mutai reports from County 001.
The Kenya Maritime Authority was established in 2004 through a presidential directive, and since then the The Kenya Maritime Authority was established in 2004 through a presidential directive, and since then the parastatal has been key in coordinating maritime affairs in the country. KMA is also responsible for the maritime security. The authority is mandated to audit the implementation of international ship and port facilities security as contained in the International Convention on Safety of Life at Sea.
We are responsible for a very expansive area from 39 degrees east all the way to 60 degrees east. That is longitude. In terms of latitude, 10 degrees south all the way to 2 degrees north. That translates into a very, very big area which we are responsible for. In our own country, we have about 615 kilometers stretch of coastline. So if you take the whole of that area, you'll be talking about 3.5 million square miles that we are responsible for.
Regular inspections of ships to ensure maritime safety and prevention of marine pollution are also part of its mandate, and KMA continues to be an active member of the International Maritime Organization, ratifying a total of 32 conventions.
Since 2010, where we go to the whitelist, and continuous evaluation by the IMO continues, and this can be confirmed by the 2016 when the MSC of the Maritime Safety Committee of the IMO confirmed that Kenya is continuing to keep the convention full and complete effect.
Kenya's maritime industry is connected to the blue economy, which is transitioning towards a sustainable shipping future.
We are talking of 87 different careers within the blue economy space. Then what are these careers, and then how do we build them? What is our priority areas to engage in? And then how do we support the people who want to invest in those, they are called clusters, in those clusters, to be able to pick up and see how best they can interact with the blue economy. So it's a whole series of training, awareness, and financial support. So we in KMA, what we have seen also, there's a challenge in terms of getting resources to be able to invest in this.
KMA's goal is to empower the public to invest and participate actively in the maritime sector through capacity building. Kevin Mutai, NTV, Mombasa.
A product of the Kenya Maritime Academy, Mishi Omar was the first female coxswain and is now not only captain of her vessel but has inspired a new generation of female coxswains.
Coxswains this, coxswains that. If you're not familiar with the term or what the job entails, take a ride with us and find out.
I'm the first female coxswain in this company, Kenya Ferry Services. I've been the first for almost 5 years now. I'm still the first.
The only one.
And the only one. I started as a decant, yeah, the ones who are controlling the cars down there. I was just admiring the coxswains who are riding this vessel, and unfortunately they are only men. So I gained interest and I started my journey, applications, search. Here I am.
Have you ever encountered people who are surprised when they discover that the captain of the ferry is a woman?
Yeah, they've been surprised. In fact, they felt not safe when I'm the one on board. Until when they got used to me. So now they are certified. In fact, they want to see me there. They say you're the best. We like your ride. And I feel great. I feel strong when I work with these big men. At the center of them, the big men. So I feel great. I feel strong. I just feel good. Yeah. Sometimes you can see you have a huge number of passengers on board, and unfortunately one engine fails. And they're depending on you. You'll see all those eyes on you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Eh? So you have to take heart. You have to take heart, because you can receive all sorts of insults, such. They feel like, is it you who is misleading? You want to take our lives away? But you have to take heart. So those are some of the challenges.
Just to remind you, in case you're not too sure why we look like we are moving around, your television set has no problem. This is actually a situation to do with that we're on the water. So the tide, the waves, it's quite fun, at least for those of us who don't get seasick. And fishing, speaking about seas and the likes, is customarily considered a man's job, despite the fact that half of all people who work in the fishing industry globally are women.
Along Kenya's coast, women say they have been greatly sidelined, especially in the allocation of resources, thereby hindering their full participation in sustainable fishing, as our reporter Fatma Bugu narrates.
Ukiwa tayari wakina mama nilikuwa nikiwaona wakivua, hata nilikuwa nauliza kwani hao kina mama wamewezaje? Hasa wengine huchukulia kwamba ni kama laana, tunalaani bahari, kwa sababu ni makosa kiupande wao, wanasema ni makosa kwamba kina mama hawafai kuingia kwa bahari. Mimi nasema ni uongo na haifai kabisa, kwa sababu hata ukiangalia kuna misemo ya Kiingereza inasema kwamba what a man can do a woman can do better.
Ile kazi nimependa na moyo wangu. Sasa nikasema tu semeni, lakini mimi najua ndio ambayo ninafanya.
Sasa ndo wakatuambia wakina mama tusikae nyuma, ndo ikabidi sasa tuungane pamoja, hawatatufundisha. Sasa kujifundisha ni kwanza tunaanza kuoga kwanza, ujue kuogelea maji. alafu ndo akufundishe kuanza kupiga kafi, alafu ndo muende baharini.
Kuna wanawake pia wamejifungua moyo yao, wanapeleka samaki kwa supermarket. Kuna wanawake wanapeleka mahotelini. Kuna wanawake pia wameanza kuangalia, je, wanaweza kufanya mambo ya fishing, ya live fish. Tujaribu kuona kama tunaweza kufanya export.
Saa hii huu uchimbaji hasa ndio ambao imetumaliza kabisa. Imetumaliza. Maana sasa tuweza kuingia asubuhi, twarudi hivi ambavyo watuona. Hakuna chochote. Kwa ule mambo kigongwa pia samaki nazidi kuenda. Na samaki hakuna kweli, wacha mchezo. Hakuna. Tunaona njaa tu.
Huyu mama pia naye anafaa kupewa boat, anafaa kupewa nyavu, anafaa kupewa makula box, anafaa pia kutengenezewa processing center ambayo tunaita collection center. Kina mama wafanyie value addition hapo ndani.
You need better ships, and those better ships can be best produced to support the shipbuilding industry so that our people can be made to afford them. And then you go in the deeper waters and be able to catch fish and get more money from the blue economy space. And again, if you give them a boat, if you facilitate them to have a boat, they'll not be able to go fishing because they have not land. So that's why an institution like Bandari, when it is here, it's be specializing. How do we build the capacities of our people to be able even to go into fishing?
Tumepanga mpango wa kuongezea boti ambazo zitasaidia wavuvi kuwa na uwezo wa kufanya deep sea fishing, ambayo kwa sasa ni watu kutoka nje ya Kenya ambao wana uwezo huo.
Ningeomba kama serikali pia ingechukua jukumu kupitia fisheries, ije elimisha wanawake zaidi, iwaelezee zaidi, wasikae majumbani ama sitegemee kazi moja. Maana leo hii kina mama kama hawa tungekuwa nao hata zaidi ya 100, basi tungekuwa mbali. Lakini tunaona hata hawa ambao tuko nao hapa ni watu wenye uzoefu, hata kuona maimbi kiasi gani, bado wamejimudu, bado wamejikaza.
Fatima Bugu, NTV.
We'll take a short break on NTV Weekend Edition, NTV on the Sea, and that's where we're going left, right. We'll be leaving you with some commercials and we'll be right back, left, right.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali, tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Nitajua nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 utunukiwe Credo double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
Malaria ni ugonjwa hatari sana unaoua watu wengi hapa Kenya. Japo kuko na corona, hatari ya malaria bado iko. Mtoto huyu alikuwa na joto jingi, kutetemeka, kuumwa na viungo na uchovu. Alikimbizwa hospitali ya umma ambako sheria za COVID-19 huzingatiwa na ni salama kwa shughuli ya upimaji. Vipimo vilionyesha kuwa ana malaria na papo hapo daktari akampa dawa za malaria na kumshauri azimalize, na ili kujikinga wawe wakilala ndani ya neti iliyotibiwa. Malaria husambazwa na mbu. Walio hatarini ni watoto wa chini ya miaka 5 na akina mama wajawazito. Kupimwa na kutibiwa ni bure katika hospitali zote za umma. Usisahau adui malaria. Zero malaria huanza na mimi. Chukua jukumu leo. Komesha malaria. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na Wizara ya Afya.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Na 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 na
Beauty you can't believe, oh mama, no place I'd rather be. Kamasi Kenya, duniani hamna kama we, nothing better. Si unapendeza, and the sunshine over you, my love. Your sounds heal my soul, nothing better. Kenya unapendeza, uye ona vile wanashindwa kukata. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Enjoy our wider coverage. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Nestle Nunkid 4 helps build a strong foundation for your growing child. Nestle Nunkid 4, our best for you.
Welcome back. We're on the sea, as we keep telling you. This is NTV on the sea. But when you walk around Mombasa town on the ground, specifically in an area called Lighthouse, you are likely to spot crisps being sold.
But they're not the usual potato crisps as we know them. They are cassava crisps, also known as mihogo.
The crispy carbs are fried even as an entire slab, then garnished with some sauce, lemon and chili.
Sema kitu kali. And well, that kitu kali has another kali effect for the men. And NTV's Fatma Bugu tells us what that's about as she takes us to that street of sweet, chewy, deep-fried mihogo crisps.
Kwa majina ni Tomatuma Mdoe, ni mkaazi wa Likoni, ni mwanabiashara wa Mama Ngina, na kachiri, mihogo fry, madafu. Na muhogo fry unasaidia kama chakula tu vile, mtu akila na shiba, na crisps unakula kama biting. Muhogo mbichi unasaidia mwanamume akiwa mchangamfu kwenye nyumba yake, kwa sababu kila muhogo mbichi unaongeza sperm kwa mwanamume, na kama ni mpungufu wa nguvu ukila muhogo mbichi na nazi huwa inaongeza nguvu. Kachiri ziko aina mbili. Kuna kachiri ya viazi na kachiri ya muhogo. Kuna wengine wanapendelea sana kula kachiri ya muhogo kwa sababu wanapenda iko tamu. Na kuna wengine wanapenda sana kachiri ya viazi kwa sababu kachiri ya viazi iko soft. Mihogo inatoka Kwale. Inatoka Kwale, inaletwa Likoni. Kwa siku unaweza uza hata shilingi 500. Mwenyezi Mungu tayari amepanga tu hivi. Na kuna siku unaweza uza hata shilingi 7,000, 6,000. Wateja wetu wengi sana ni hao hapa Waswahili wetu. Na si wenyewe kama vile kuna wabara hivi wakija wageni, ni kivutio cha customer kushangaa na kitu kama bahari. Mtu ambaye hajui kama bahari amekuja anauliza hii ni nini, na sisi tunafurahia kwa sababu wageni wakija haizi kutoka bila kuuliza hii crisps ni pesa ngapi na kutupromote.
Sasa kwetu muhogo ndo chakula. Na sasa sana sana nimechukua za muhogo. Kuna za viazi lakini nimeacha za viazi, nimechukua za muhogo.
Kama hivi kuna mwingine yuko pale na mimi niko hapa. Kila mmoja hapa anaomba Mwenyezi Mungu atakayekuja ampromote. Na lazima kazi ya hapa lazima iwe na changamoto, lazima uwe na mvutano. Yule customer anamtaka na mimi customer nataka. Mimi nimenisaidia kwa sababu inanifugia watu wangu. Kila nikija kazini sikose riski. Kazi ziko. Mwanamume ama kijana anapaswa ajitume.
Kenya is looking to expand. Why am I just moving on from that story like it was nothing? Is it true, Dan?
I don't know.
About the powers of Muhogo?
I don't know. I just actually learned in her story.
Let us know. The Twitter handles are at NTV Kenya. Mine is at Burrows. His is?
At Dann Mwangi, Dan with double N.
All right. Moving on, Kenya is looking to expand the training offerings for maritime education as the opportunities in the blue economy open up.
The country has not provided maritime education at the higher levels of training, rendering those who are keen on the career line to go out of the country to study.
This will serve to open up more opportunities for youth who are being called upon to take up the various roles that are present in the lucrative and undertapped sector.
When the MSC signed a contract with the government of Kenya last year, but within 1 year we had more than 500 Kenyans getting employed on board MSC ships. So you find that if Bandari Maritime Academy continues to offer the training as they are, we'll continue getting Kenyans employed. This December, between now and December, we have about 20 cadets already interviewed by MSC, and they're getting ready to board ships between March and April 2021.
Ideally, if you are lucky enough as we are to have found yourself being a coastal state, we ought to have introduced the issues of the marine and maritime right from at primary level, secondary, university, so that at this point in time, when we're talking about the blue economy, they will be having a lot of people who have a lot of knowledge about the sector and are able to interact with it quite effectively.
And that leads us up to our next break from NTV On the Sea edition.
Nestle Nunkid 4 helps build a strong foundation for your growing child. Nestle Nunkid 4, our best for you.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What about video?
8K video. Beyond cinema quality.
So
you can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
But will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
What's your beautiful?
My essence and my energy. My natural glow and my confidence.
My beautiful is being me. Reveal your beautiful this beauty month with amazing discounts of up to 30% off 400 ml Nivea body lotions in participating stores near you. Enjoy discounts galore with Nivea. Be you, be beautiful.
Kijani Ridge is Tatu City's premier neighborhood, offering a 1.5 acre fully serviced plot in a controlled development. The plots overlook a beautiful dam with natural green spaces. Kijani Ridge is a walking distance from Nova Pioneer and Crawford International Schools. Families are already moved in and more homes are under construction. Contact us for daily site visits and join us for our mega open weekend on 6th and 7th March.
Una vile wanashindwa kukataa. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha.
Ni ukweli imeshuka bei. Smartphone ya nguvu 4G screen kubwa ya kuwatch game ni 3999 pekee. Ni ukweli ni kutoka Safaricom. Iko na betri kubwa na apps zote za Google unazozipenda. Isitoshe inakuja na 3 months free WhatsApp, unachat hadi usiku na kesho ingine. Ni ukweli plus free education bundles za Shupavu 291 na KICD. What?
Ni ukweli bei ya Neon Ray Pro sasa ni 3999 pekee. Pata smartphone ya nguvu kwa bei nafuu kutoka kwa duka la Safaricom au dila leo. Safaricom for you.
Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition, NTV on the Sea. Let's stay in the coast, and the Taita Taveta County government has developed a plan through which tourism players whose businesses were badly hit by the COVID pandemic will get some relief.
The county says the plan will involve a public-private partnership. Bilotino with that report.
2021 remains a distressing year for many players in the tourism sector, as several hotels still remain closed and staff still left jobless due to COVID-19 pandemic. The travel and tourism industry was severely affected, and the painful pinch felt both the national and county governments.
We have had challenges in terms of revenue, like I've talked about. This industry is one of the sectors whereby, as a county, we get a lot of revenue from. And during last year, the COVID period, all these revenues hit a slump within the county, which means we did not collect as per our expectation.
In effort to salvage the sector, the government pumped 3 billion shillings into the tourism industry, 60% of which was set aside for the coast region. The Taita Taveta County government has now embarked on plans to formulate a public-private partnership plan in a bid to revamp its economy.
We want to put a booth at the SGR where we shall be giving pamphlets that will indicate the tourist attraction areas in our county. So by doing that, we shall be attracting both local and international tourists.
The county government is now urging hoteliers to shift their focus to local markets so as to promote Kenyan-made products to Kenyans. Bilotino, NTV.
On the Sea, and we're still here on this bulletin. Now let's take a shift and focus to social issues and grief and how it impacts on mental health. Now, the loss of a loved one is a difficult thing, and the grieving period can throw you into the deepest pits of depression as you struggle to deal with your loss and how to pick yourself up and face life without your loved one.
Lois Wangoi now shares the story of an Wasingishu family that lost 2 adult children on the same day and how dealing with the loss changed their lives.
The entry to the Wambogo homestead in Megon area, Wasingishu County, immediately leads you to the space, a gravesite. Here, their children lie, having died as adults on the same day just a few months ago. This mother remembers the day her daughters died and the violence with which they were taken away from her. Every time she remembers them, her body aches physically.
Nikaimagine vile walisikia uchungu dakika za mwisho.
The daughters, aged 33 and 31, were killed in an accident in October last year. Their father says he hides his pain frequently because in African setting, men don't grieve openly, but the more he hides his grief, the more painful it is.
Kuamini ati wameenda ilikuwa bado ni ngumu. Kwa sababu hawa wasichana walikuwa karibu sana na mimi, wacha niseme hivyo. Walikuwa marafiki zangu sana. Kuna wakati nikiamuka nikiwa na mood zile si mzuri, nikitazama machozi yanamwagika.
Grieving the loss of a loved one can break a person in many ways, and while this mother had her friends to help her through the grief, Wambogo says he had never felt more alone in his life, and so he turned to God.
Mungu alinisaidia na nikaweza tu kustahimili hiyo uchungu na nguvu ikanirudia tena.
We can never get used to death, and it doesn't matter. And it's very hard to hear somebody say, now I've lost until I'm used to it. Loss is loss. Losing one person is very traumatizing, and now even losing 2 people is more traumatizing.
Now the Wambogos are learning to talk about their loss together and to help each other through. And although they still have other children, they admit that the hole left in their hearts will stay forever. Lois Wangoi, NTV, in the county of Uasin Gishu.
We head back to Nairobi for the sports news with Ida Waringa on the other side of this break.
family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Baby shark, do, 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 baby shark. Have you seen this beautiful place?
Mommy, what is Welcome to Garden of Joy?
Buy a value-added plot of land at the Garden of Joy off Kangundo Road that has solar street lights, elevated water tank, and guaranteed security. Deposit 700,000 and get 16K and your Istanbuzi is sorted. Call us on 0790 300 300.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
That is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Sunday night, All-Star game, looking forward to it and hopefully get that win. This is good. That being said, tune in.
Time to play here on NTV Sport. And AFC Leopards climbed to second on the Football Kenya Federation Premier League log. That was with a 1-0 win over Nairobi City Stars. This despite Ingwe being down to 10 men. Robinson Kamura was sent off early in the second half, and the game looked set to end in a 0-0 stalemate before Austin Ochieng sucker punched the top flight returnees to grab all 3 points and a clean sheet for AFC. Leopards are now 7 points behind Tuskers 35. But with 2 games in hand. City Stars remain 8th with 19 points from 15 games, beg your pardon. Meanwhile, bottom side Zoo FC scrapped a 1-0 win over relegation zone counterparts Vihiga United. Alex Onchwari with the all-important goal there. Elsewhere, Bandari drew 1-1 with Nzoia Sugar, with both teams being a man down inside of 5 second-half minutes. In other results, Sofapaka drew 0-0 with Bidco United, and Wazito went down 1-0 to Western Stima. Sunday action sees Gor Mahia host KCB, while Kakamega Homeboys are away. The Kenyan canoe team has traveled to Spain for the 2-day African Slalom Canoe Championships that will double up as Olympic qualifiers. Now, with the tournament set to kick off on 20th March, Team Kenya will be the first to arrive in Spain and will have close to 2 weeks to train and acclimatize before the tournament starts. This is courtesy of a full sponsorship by the International Canoe Federation to avoid possible international travel restrictions and delays caused by the pandemic situation. Well, the team, which trains in Sagana, consists of Samuel Muturi, Levias Karanja, Daniel Chomba, and coach Titus Mukundi. Other African countries expected to participate at the African Slalom qualifiers are Algeria, DRC, Morocco, Mauritius, and Senegal. Great, all the best to them. Upcoming and pro tennis players gathered at the Public Service Club in Nairobi for the Angela Open tournament organized by Tennis Kenya and friends to raise funds for Kenya's top seed female player, Angela Okutoi. The 17-year-old, currently ranked at position 131 in the ITF junior rankings, moved to Morocco early in February to join the International Tennis Federation Training Center, where she will be based for the rest of the year. 62 players, including the Davis Cup team, turned up for the Open tournament, playing in both the singles and doubles matches with the hope of attracting sponsors and friends. While the tournament has so far raised half of the 100,000 shillings target. Okutoi rose up the rankings in January after a show-stopping performance in the Nairobi edition of the ITF World Junior Tennis Tour held at the Nairobi club, where she won both her doubles and singles matches.
Campaign where we are saying adapt a player, especially for the players who are talented and are coming from less privileged backgrounds. And we've also now partnered with the government and also the National Olympic Committee of Kenya, just to see how we can get scholarships for such players.
I really enjoyed playing with these guys, and it was fun, and yeah, and then we keep supporting her and see, because also I was in Morocco too, that time back in the days, and I didn't face challenges like this, but I got sponsors and support like that. So we are ready to help her and see where we can do, because we want to try to see her on top there.
Well, that does it for sport, but there is still English Premier League action much later on. Those results tomorrow. Tell us what you think about Arsenal dropping 2 points today away to Burnley. Talk to me at Ida Waringa on Twitter. Let me take it back to Mombasa.
Thank you, Ida. And the NTV Weekend Edition comes to a close at this point, unfortunately. But NTV on the Sea continues tomorrow night.
Exactly, and we'll be ensuring that you get the best of coverage from this great county of Mombasa, and more specifically from the waters, just to give you a glimpse and a great sense of insight into what you can expect from the waters. Thank you very much to David Agondoa, who's been on the other side of the waters, Kwenye Bara, where he's been doing the sign language interpretation. My name is Dann Mwangi, Captain Dann Mwangi, and I'm signing out.
Olive Burrows, good night.